Hi everybody. So in today's lecture we will be doing a little bit comparison of Hadoop 2.0 with Hadoop 2.1 as we will be working on Hadoop 2.0 version, that is also known as Yarn version. So let's try to understand about Hadoop version 2, that is MR2, also known as MapReduce 2. It is also called as Yarn, which means yet another resource negotiator. So if we say agenda of today's lecture, we will be covering recap of 1.0 architecture, job scheduling in 1.0 and its limitations, Hadoop 2.0 Yarn and its salient features, and architecture overview of Hadoop 2.0. So firstly, let us discuss a few drawbacks of Hadoop 1, Hadoop version 1. So this we will be discussing only the difference between versions without going into detail of each and every component. So typically in V1, we have a centralized job tracker. So here we have a centralized job tracker, which is also called or known as centralized job scheduler. Its main task is to divide the job into smaller tasks, and these tasks are going to be distributed into multiple data nodes, and these individual tasks are going to be monitored by the task tracker. So this job tracker is distributing the jobs at multiple data nodes. These are the data nodes, and each and every data node has a task tracker, and the jobs are basically monitored by this task tracker, and the tracker respond back to the job tracker. So the drawback of this approach is that now for launching of every task, we need to actually assign certain resources. Means each task is going to be a Java program, and Java program runs on JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. So this JVM needs to have predefined resources, that is how many CPU you are going to assign it, how much RAM you are going to assign to it, how much RAM you are going to assign to it. So you need to have these to be pre-configured. Also, so you need to have these to be pre-configured in all circumstances. This bucketing of resources is actually pre-configured and kept statically, irrespective of what the job is going to demand is pre-configured. Each and everything is pre-configured, because of which the scalability of the number of jobs is limited, and job tracker takes the responsibility of both the resource negotiator, that is allocating the resources to data node, as well as ensure the scheduling of job is happening correctly. So it's taking care of both resource management and scheduling into a single component. Another drawback is it is overloaded and resources and not allocated dynamically to data nodes. One more drawback is that number of nodes can't go beyond 4,000. Means cluster can't have more than 4,000 data nodes. Single cluster can't have more than 4,000 data nodes. So this problem is solved in version 2 of Hadoop, where job tracker is going to be replaced with Yarn, that is yet another resource manager. So in this case, the job tracker is reduced with Yarn, on the top of which you have MapReduce, and as usual others here means although it's having all the services, but it also supports some other services that are to be integrated, which means some other parallel computing technologies will also be implemented One of them is Spark. So Spark can work in conjunction with MapReduce. Yarn on Hadoop version 2 starts becoming more stable version since 2015 onwards. Here we can approximately add 10,000 data nodes. So we can approximately add 10,000 more than data nodes per cluster. So if we consider this, we say here Yarn Hadoop 2.0 is the new scheduler and centralized resource manager within the cluster. So it replaces the job tracker which was present in Hadoop 1.0. It replaces the job tracker and it lies in between MapReduce and other services and HDFS. That started back in 2012 as an Apache sub-project and beta version was released in mid 2013. So a more stable version became available from 2014 onwards in this case. So these are few components of Yarn. It's a tied model with some components in the master mode and some operating in the slave mode. So here we have data nodes and each and every data node has a node manager. So these all the node managers are working in slave mode and each data node has a container and has other application masters. Here we have shared edit logs. This shared log is shared among all the data nodes or the journal node. So here we are having master nodes. In these master nodes, we have HDFS and Yarn, distributed data storage and distributed data processing. So in HDFS, we have distributed data storage. We have secondary name node, active name node, and the standby name node. Standby name node was not present in Hadoop version 1. That was the major concern because in that case, we need an intermediate person, intermediate administrator who was performing the shifting of FS image from the secondary name node to the main name node. But in this case, we are having standby name node. So the problem has been overcome that was earlier occurring with the version Hadoop 1. So here we are having resource manager. One of them is scheduler and another one is application manager. On top of it, client is there. So client is interacting with this with the HDFS services as well as Yarn services. Here we are having resource manager in the master mode. This one. So it actually runs on a dedicated hardware in the production setup. So here we are talking about production environment and there is a node manager. So this node manager works in slave mode and its services are run in data nodes. So resource manager comprises of two components. One is scheduler as well as application manager. Name node consists of a container and encapsulation of resources for running a job, and then we have a application manager. So if we talk about the Hadoop Yarn architecture, then we say Yarn stands for yet another resource negotiator. It was introduced in Hadoop 2.0 to remove the bottlenecks on the job tracker, which was present in Hadoop version 1. So Yarn has a described as a redesigned, redesignated, or you can say resource manager at the time of its launching. But it has now evolved to be known as large scale distributed operating system using in big data processing. So Yarn architecture basically separates resource manager layer from the processing layer. In Hadoop version 1, the responsibility of job tracker was to split between this the resource manager and the application manager. So your Yarn is also, it also allows different data processing engines, like it also allows graph processing, interactive processing, stream processing, as well as batch processing to run the processed data stored in HDFS. Thus, it makes it the process more efficient. Though its various components, it can dynamically allocate various resources and schedule the application processes. So for large volume of data processing, it is quite necessary to manage all the available services. So which are the features that are provided by Yarn. So the main features of Yarn are scalability, compatibility, cluster utilization, and multi-latency. So if we talk about scalability, it means the scheduler is resource manager of Yarn architecture and allows Hadoop to extend and manage thousands of nodes and clusters. So Yarn also supports the existing MapReduce application. That's why MapReduce lies at top of it. So it allows MapReduce applications without disruptions, thus making it compatible with Hadoop 1.0 as well as which are provided with Hadoop 2.0 also. Since Yarn supports dynamically utilization of cluster in Hadoop, so it enables optimization cluster utilization. So it also allows multiple engine access, thus giving the organizations a benefit of multi-tenancy. The major architect components of Yarn are client, resource manager, node manager, and application manager. So in this case, if we talk about resource manager, it is the master daemon of Yarn, and it is responsible for resource assignment and management among all the applications. Whenever it receives a process request, it forwards it to corresponding node manager and allocates resources for the completion of request accordingly. It has major components as scheduler and application manager. Here, application manager is responsible for accepting the application and negotiating the first container from the resource manager. It also restarts the application manager container if somehow task fails. So the scheduler performs the scheduling based on allocated applications and available resources. It is a pure scheduler, means it doesn't perform other tasks such as monitoring or tracking and doesn't guarantee a restart of a task fails. The Yarn scheduler supports plugins such as capacity scheduler and the fair scheduler to partition the cluster resources. And node manager takes care of individual node on Hadoop cluster and manages applications and workflow and of that particular node. Its primary job is to keep up with the node. It monitors resource uses, performs log management. It also kills a container based on directions from the resource manager. It is also responsible for creating the container process and start it on the request of application master. So application master is a single job submitted to a framework. The application manager is responsible for negotiating resources with resource manager, tracking the status and monitoring progress of a single application. The application master requests the container from the node manager by sending a container launch. Once the application manager is started, it sends the health report to all the resource managers from time to time. So that was all about Hadoop version 2.0, on which we have already done demo also. So I hope you have done practice of Hadoop commands, basic Hadoop commands. In the next session, I will be starting with Hive. So Hive is basically a database that's for SQL command, SQL type commands. So in the next session, we will be discussing about Hive. So log out once and join the session once again.